welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Gold. I'm getting the toast out of my mouth here. Just ate breakfast. So last time we were searching for information on the murders, and so I'm gonna go ahead and I think we've talked to all these people before. So let's just go ahead and I'm gonna make sure. I think I've talked to all these people. Okay. So essentially, to trigger this, you just kind of gotta talk to anybody you can find. Ask them both questions, and eventually, if you've talked to the shopping woman, the female student in Junes, and the female student in the shopping district of South, eventually you'll trigger this. Let me go ahead and see if I can trigger this. Okay, it doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person from this person. Okay, that didn't trigger it. Come on, I want you to trigger it. One thing you can do, let's see. I'm trying to get it to trigger. I got it to trigger earlier. Let's go ahead and talk to, oh, not these guys. Let's talk to this kid. Let's see, my teacher said to go home quickly because of the fog. It's nice not to have the girls chasing me around, but it's boring because I can't play soccer now. Nothing here. Did I miss somebody? I don't think I did. So, like I said, the big thing you gotta do is just talk to everybody. Ask them both questions. I'm trying to get it to trigger, but for some reason, I don't know, it's like a hit or miss, it seems, to get it to trigger, which is kind of annoying, quite frankly. It should be a little bit less, I don't know, picky. Let me just talk to... Well, here's what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and run around and ask everybody the two questions again until it triggers. Not sure why it's not triggering. Basically, I'll be right back. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk to everybody. And then eventually, hopefully it'll trigger, because this is getting really ridiculous. I'll be right back. Okay. So I just missed, damn it. Sorry, guys. I finally talked to this guy and asked him about the murders again. And apparently I never asked him to begin with. That must have been what it is. But essentially it would pop up and say, hey, you know, you've talked to everybody, and you've gathered as much information as you could, so you should report back to the group. Go talk to everybody in the shopping districts, Junes, and the floodplain, and eventually you will meet up. Now, at this point in time in the game, there's two different directions you can go. The accomplice ending or the true ending. We're gonna go for the true ending.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please!
That's not what I meant.
Food.
But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
That sounds good. Alright. So we apparently are taking a break and eating some food, which is probably a good thing to do.
Oh, now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
There, you spoke with everyone about the information you gathered today.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't. But otherwise, the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddie too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
Alright. So, this is the part of the game where you get to start thinking for yourself and trying to figure out who it is. Alright, so just sitting here won't help you think any better. So, let's follow Naoto. We decided to go outside and get some fresh air. Alright. And being the fearless leader, we have to come up with the answer at the end of the day. Oh, look, it's snowing.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here.
Hey,
Maybe this will help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing.
I doubt it.
Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblock place. Alright, so we need to get over this roadblock, and the clues you need must already be in
What's
your
the matter?
hands. I mean, you should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of a connection with both Yamano and Konishi. And judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side and what you did there. It's highly likely they also knew what Namatame was doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all these things? Alright. So, another oddity about the case is that there were almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to be delivered directly to your house, but no one saw anyone suspicious. No one unusual was seen around Yamano or Kanishi either. Despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation. There must be someone in this small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... Alright, so I'm going to walk you through a little bit. The first people you have here are your friends. Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, and Teddie. None of these really fit the bill. Yukiko was kidnapped. Yosuke and Chie were both with you when you went to the other side originally, and really didn't have any connection. Well, Yosuke had a connection to Saki, but none of these people had a connection to Miss Yamano. Yukiko saw her when she was at the inn, but that was about it. Now, Teddie had a connection to pretty much everybody, but he was living on the other side, and it doesn't make any sense why he would kill people when he didn't want them to begin with. Additionally, Naoto was on the case this entire time, and these two folks were kidnapped as well. All three of them were, so they don't seem to be likely suspects. You've got your uncle and Nanako. Now, Nanako doesn't make any sense whatsoever. We've already gotten rid of Namatame. We already know that he wasn't the person. Your uncle, he was really pissed off about the warning letters. Now, Adachi, on the other hand, let's think about him. He did have a connection to both Yamano and Konishi, in the cases anyway. He had access to your house. He's not very suspicious when it comes to moving around. He had access to all the details, and he kind of knew what you guys were doing. In fact, he kept dropping hints about the case, so possibly Adachi. Yamano and Kenichi doesn't make any sense because they were killed. Mitsuo has already been cleared, and he's an idiot. King Moron, we already kind of know that he died, so probably not him. Just some other various folks. Your teachers, unlikely. The other folks at school, I'm going to say that they're not those people. More people at school. Shu, your tutory. Yeah, these people are not it. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you who it is. And the answer is Adachi, and he's the only one out of anybody that you know that fits the circumstances. Dojima kinda does, simply because he was involved in all the cases, but Adachi is definitely more so, especially when it goes to Saki and being able to drop off those notes without being seen, and you really didn't seem too surprised when you talked about going in the TV. So let's go ahead and mention Adachi. Of course, if you only look at the circumstances, you can't completely rule out that possibility. Adachi may have been able to keep an eye on your actions. Well, he did. He would have been able to approach your house with ease, and he knows the area well. Thinking about it, you encountered him many times while investigating the case. You learned much about the police movements from Adachi as well. There was no exact reason to doubt him, but something is bothering you. However, should you tell your friends about your suspicions about Adachi being the culprit? Okay, so here's where this ending splits. If you choose don't tell friends, protect Adachi, you will go into the accomplice ending. If you tell friends about Adachi, you will go down the true ending. This particular run through, I'm going to go ahead and go down the true ending, but I will show off the accomplice ending later. Essentially, the game will end pretty much right away. So let's go ahead and tell friends about Adachi. You spoke Adachi's name.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
What's up, Naruto?
Yeah? Hmm.
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
Yeah, bless you.
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Okay, so now To's noticed something about Adachi. Let's find out exactly what it is.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano and...
Ah, so he did have it tied to Yamano.
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Ah, so he
Guard
did.
her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh.
He
I
did.
wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
He did have a tie with Miss
I don't know
Yamano.
about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon. But I thought, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
That's creepy.
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no
that's not
problem
good.
for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
Uh-oh. Alright, so Adachi definitely is starting to fit the,
And- Is it
Bill.
really Adachi-san?
You can say anything you want here, State. We need to confirm this.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible.
Well, where would Adachi be at this point in time?
This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
I guess we should probably get to the hospital then.
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
Let's keep going. Shuffle. Things are moving quickly now. You feel that you're getting closer to the truth. Alright. So, with all of that, yay, we get an athletic level in Judgment. Awesome. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and head to the hospital, so let's go talk to Adachi, shall we? Oh, hey.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
Again?
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
That sounds about right. Poor nurse. She's just like, ah, my patience.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering, you seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
I don't think so. Speaking of Dojima-san.
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first two murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition?
Hey, we got some
He's already been
detective intuition over
relocated.
here.
It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
Hey, keep your attitude.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job.
He does seem kind of
You
nervous
should get
today.
back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
You should question Adachi. Alright. Let's ask about when Yamano vanished.
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything. That was months and months ago too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
Okay. So let's go ahead and ask about Saki's interrogation.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice. Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
There's still something you need to question Adachi about. Let's ask about the warning letter.
Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that. And what with one thing and another?
You know, he could
it
make
sorta slipped my
evidence
mind.
vanish.
Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is?
I do.
I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
I don't think so.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first two murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
Yeah, we're all staring at you for a reason.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
What? That's ridiculous! We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in!
Put them all in where?
What did you just say?
Put them all in. What's this putting them in business? Do you know something about the method behind their murders?
Not
Don't
only
tell
that.
me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
I see. Now I finally understand. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow. Then that settles it. How, I wonder? Would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd that. What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy.
Get him.
Wait, you son of a bitch!
Get him.
Adachi! Ah, damn it!
You
Adachi!
need to stay in bed. We got this. Hopefully we got this. I really hope we got this. He's gone.
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Heads up,
Damn
guys.
it!
There's a.
Where the hell'd he go?
Where do you think he went?
Did you find him?
No, he jumped into the TV.
I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi, and there's no record of anyone leaving this area. So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere!
That bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
Can you take him back to his room?
You're right. Sorry.
Okay.
You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
Yeah, I think he jumped. Yeah.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would, but could he have...
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
We didn't.
He was
I'm pretty
cornered.
sure we didn't.
It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Let's go in tomorrow, not tonight.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here. We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Jeunesse like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
Yeah, you don't think he's gonna be coming out anytime soon. The extremely suspicious detective, Adachi. Taking another step closer to the truth. Alright, so we made the correct deduction that Adachi was the guy that did this. And we get another location in the Seekers of Truth. So, yay. I guess they had to shoehorn that in there somehow. Actually, I think they did this in Persona 3 as well. Alright, you split up for today, and you all went back home. But that doesn't end our stuff yet, so... Well, I mean, kind of ended for right now. Let's go ahead and save. And, let's meander upstairs. Yeah, so much happened today, you're very tired. You should rest early today to get ready to pursue the true culprit starting tomorrow. Let's go ahead and go rest. It's gonna be a long episode and a lot of stories, so, I think it's the Velvet Room. Is that... Who is that? This... It seems that you've come to the Velvet Room in your dreams again. but something is different from this time. You don't see Igor, Margaret, or Marie. That is a Teddie. Huh, looks like they picked him up.
Where am I?
You're in my subconscious, I think.
Sensei? Why are you here?
I think he's the only one that actually gets to see. I could ask you the same.
I see. How mysterious. There are so many things I don't know about. But I did realize something.
Oh, his ears drooped.
I've been thinking all this time about who I really am. But I couldn't find the answer. I was no one from the start.
What do you mean?
Humans live in the other world, and shadows live in this world. From the beginning, that's all there was to it. I was just a shadow in that world.
Just a shadow?
I figured something out. That day at the hospital, I realized that I really can't do anything. As soon as I thought that, I lost consciousness. Then when I woke up, I was inside the fog. Shadows can't stay in the human world. They aren't allowed. I walked and walked, but there was nothing all around me. Just when I started thinking that I couldn't go anywhere, I heard the noise of a car.
Oh, hey.
And then I was here.
Well, you made it to the Velvet Room, which is pretty impressive.
I remember lots of things now. My world is a place shaped by human thoughts. One day, a shadow living in that world awakened to human emotions. But humans and shadows are completely different entities. So he made himself forget that he was a shadow. He wanted to forget. He wanted people to like him. And that's how he came to look like this.
So Teddie was originally a shadow.
I really am stupid. What the other Teddie said before, in the end,
But it's interesting
it
that
was all
he, in
true.
particular, woke
No
up
matter
to human
how
emotions.
much I search for myself, I have no self.
Well, that's kind of nice.
There was no me to begin with. I'm just a shadow that took a different form so humans would like me. It would have been better if
The
I
interesting
had
thing
never
here is
remembered.
he has a persona.
But I did.
Shadow with the persona? That doesn't make any sense.
I'll probably turn back to a regular shadow soon. Oh yeah, Sensei.
Yeah?
One day, when you meet Nana-chan in heaven, apologize for me.
She's not dead.
Tell her I'm sorry I couldn't do anything. Tell her I'm really sorry.
You! Interrupt him. Nanako was alive.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, you saved her. She heard your voice.
Nana-chan's. Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so glad.
And we kind of need you because...
Glad that I could at least hear that. My heart feels so much lighter now. I'm starting to feel sleepy.
Sorry,
What
wacky.
a strange place. It feels so soothing.
Too bad Belladonna's
It's
not
not
singing.
like my world. Something just feels so nostalgic about this place. Could this be your dream world, Sensei?
Let's say something like that.
Uh-huh. But I wonder why I met you here. What am I supposed to do now?
Well, let's move on together.
But I don't know what to look for or how to find it.
I don't think it matters.
No matter how hard I think, there's too many things my little brain can't understand. But I do understand one thing now. I'm glad that I met you, Sensei.
I kind of wonder You know, we never actually figured this out. I kind of wonder, since you got the power and you jumped in, that maybe Teddie was actually tied to used thoughts. I'm not sure. That's just I have no evidence to back that up. But since he was a shadow and he awoke into human emotions, and we happened to jump in, I just kind of wonder. You know, it kind of makes some sense. All right, so we can now fuse the light bearer, and oh, Teddie's persona has changed. So yeah, we're not losing Teddie, so don't worry all that much. We gotta evade electricity. You know, we're just I'm not gonna worry about that.
But I have to get going. This is your place. It doesn't seem like somewhere that I'd be allowed to stay. Goodbye, Sensei.
Alright, so we're waking up. Oh, hey. And Teddie's gone, and Igor, Margaret, and Marie are all sitting there once again.
It seems the words in your memory weren't the only things you summoned here. This is a room for guests who have an ego that can be nurtured. Shadows, mere fragments broken off from the ego, have no place here.
What he's
The
essentially
water's
saying...
strength has moved a single stone that had stopped, returning it once again
Yeah, what he's essentially
into the
saying
flow.
is that shadows, what Teddie
very
thinks he still
interesting.
is, doesn't make any sense because you cannot be a shadow and have an ego at the same time.
Well now,
Because a
it's
shadow
about
is a
time we
piece of the
departed
ego.
once
So
again.
Teddie has
this
nurtured his
vehicle
own
is
ego.
still on its journey. There is no reason to tarry here for long. Margaret?
Alright, so they're gonna start moving the car again. They stopped
We're ready to go. Let us depart.
because they were trying to figure out where they were going, and now they figured out where they're going. So we've figured out where we're going,
You are every inch the
and
guest
therefore
I
they
had
can move on.
anticipated.
And as I said, Teddie
Now
cannot go to the
it's
Velvet Room
time
as
for
a
you
shadow
to
because he does not
return.
have an ego. Shadows can't have
I am
egos.
even more intrigued now as to where this is all headed.
It's a very interesting
We'll be
concept,
waiting for
really.
your next visit.
It's a little different than some of the other games. Currently playing the original Persona, and that really wasn't the wasn't in that portion of the game. Okay,
How did it go? Did you find Teddie?
he hasn't been here.
No, and no one's seen him either.
Oh, that annoying little furball. Just when we're at a turning point in the case, too.
We have no choice. Let's pursue Adachi for now.
Yeah, we should probably do that. But where would he be? Does he get his own world? Well, we're not wrong.
Whoa. Look how dense this fog is. It's gotten even worse than before.
What the? There's this malicious aura everywhere. It feels completely different from the last time I was here. I think we'd better hurry. Give me a sec to try finding Adachi.
Does this mean both this world and ours are getting messed up?
Kinda
Our
seems like
glasses
it.
work on the fog on the other side. It can't be normal. And I heard more people are falling ill because of the fog. I wonder what's going to happen.
I sense him. Adachi's definitely in here.
Are you serious? Which way?
Hold on.
So he did come to this side. Well, that settles it. There's virtually no doubt remaining that he's the true culprit. Once we capture him, solving the mystery of this world and the rest of the case can't be far behind.
Then maybe we'll find out where Teddie came from too. Man, where is that bear anyway?
Well, I can say for sure he's not here. And I know Adachi is here, but I can't track him down myself. Gee, Ted, why aren't you here when we need you most?
Alright. So Adachi's definitely in the TV world, but we can't find him without
This place.
a certain bear.
I see. I came back, but it really doesn't matter. I'm completely useless.
Yeah, so
Nana-chan, I'm so sorry.
he forced a rock to start moving with the flow of the water,
Teddie?
and he's returned because of it.
It is you, Teddie. I heard your voice. You said, hang in there. I heard my big bro and everyone else too.
Nana-chan! Oh, hold on! I'll get the doctor!
Oh, so Nanako woke up.
It seems she's asleep again.
Nana-chan told me that she heard my voice. She heard me say, hang in there.
It could be that her frankly miraculous recovery was because everyone's voices reached her. Even unconscious, people are capable of hearing others' voices.
My voice. And theirs too. Everyone.
You did make a difference.
In any case, there are too many things we don't understand about her condition and what caused it. We're doing our best, but it's difficult when everything about her illness is a total unknown.
Unknown.
Well, if anything happens, please send for me.
If I'm an unknown being, then the way I can change is unknown too. So all I have to do is make them not unknown. Nana-chan's doing her best. Sensei and the others are probably fighting now too. I'm just a shadow. But Nana-chan cheered up when she heard my voice. So what if I'm just a shadow? There must be something I can do. I can't just give up thinking about things. That's why I came back here. Right, Nana-chan?
Alright. So, yeah, you didn't think his guy was not going to change. So he's gone ahead and accepted the fact that he was once a shadow. And, that he's not useless. And now that's... there's a missile in his butt. I think it's supposed to be a tail, but... I don't know.
Right. I need to get back to the others.
So his persona has changed and he's become
Hang
more powerful
in there,
for it.
Nana-chan. I'll be back soon.
Hurry, hurry. We're going to need you.
It's no use. I can only tell that Adachi is here, not his exact location.
Rise-chan!
If only Teddie was with us.
Didn't he say his nose is practically useless now? And could he even help us find that bastard?
Nope. He'd be no help at all. But he was always there to support me whenever.
That bear's a loudmouth, but he's nice to have around. He's always so full of energy.
He's lighthearted and always optimistic.
Are we basically summoning him?
I'm alright. I just got a little dizzy. The fog's so dense. It's hard to see through it.
Why don't we call it a day? It won't do us any good if you collapse.
This is
I
very
agree.
true.
If Rise-san became fatigued, even if we found Adachi, our capacity in battle would be reduced. Moreover, it's almost nighttime. We should return to our world for the present.
Alright, yeah, Adachi's not going anywhere. And he shouldn't go anywhere. Alright, out of the TV world. It's been a while since we've seen this screen.
Damn it! We came so far to run smack into a dead end.
We're alright.
I know he's in there too. What's wrong with me? My powers are completely useless.
Good God, you guys.
Teddie?
Hey!
You little... Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry.
You idiot! Bad bear! Bad! You're so late! Who do you think you are?
Oh, Rise.
Rise-chan? Are you faking?
No, stupid!
Sorry. I want to help you all again.
You're gonna tell us what
You know how
found
much trouble you caused, you dumb bear? Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry. I figured out a lot of things. Stuff about me and that world. I wanted to tell you all.
Alright, so it looks like Teddie's gonna tell us a little bit about who he is. That he was only a shadow, and that he was able, and though he was able at his, whatever.
A shadow?
Fine.
You mean you're one of those things we've been fighting?
Yup. Just like the ones you all know about. Shadows are suppressed human thoughts given form. Everyone has them inside.
Wait, you say you're a shadow, but you didn't attack us. And you kept telling us from the start that you wanted to bring peace and quiet back to that world, right?
But in the end, I was just an ordinary shadow. Nothing special about me at all. I did everything I could until now to try and make my world peaceful. But instead, the weird fog started seeping out into this world too. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. If I really was special, then maybe...
It's no big deal. I mean, we weren't expecting much from you in the first place. And about you being a shadow, we pretty much figured you were something like that anyway.
Huh? What are you saying? Here I am pouring my heart out to you, and you say you thought I was something like that anyways? No normal person would think such a pretty bear could really be a shadow.
I don't know, we've seen some shit.
So what's the problem with being a shadow?
It's true that you may have been born that way, but you now possess the power of persona. A shadow is suppressed power. Once controlled by the ego, it becomes a persona. Doesn't it follow, then, that you must have developed an ego? Whether the ego masters its shadow, or the shadow awakens to its ego. The only difference I see is the order in which the process occurred.
Oh, Teddie's practically human then.
Pretty much.
I'm the same as humans?
Maybe you have different material,
You keep
but
trying
close
to
enough.
figure out who you are, just like all of us here. You can't do much on your own. You really aren't that special. See? What's so different between you and us?
Ah! It's raining. In fact, I think Yukiko's getting drenched.
Thank you! I'm so glad I met you guys!
The rest of us were pretty much a group of misfits to begin with, too, right?
Have you seen Kanji
You
recently?
fit right in, man.
I beg your pardon? Who are you calling a misfit?
Isn't that just you, Senpai?
Hey, that's not something a detective would say. Or an idol, either.
Yeah, we all kind of...
Gee, stop crying, will ya? Now's not the time for that.
Yeah, we need to tell
While
him
you were
about
gone,
Adachi.
we figured out who murdered the announcer and Senpai. It was Adachi.
Huh? Adachi? That total goofball? Whoa! I didn't notice at all. Looks like I'm pretty blind to that sort of thing.
So is everybody else.
But you all know him. If you can't find someone like that, I don't think I can help you.
Like I said, we're not expecting much from you.
Well, the main thing is, it's hard to get pumped about this without someone nice and fuzzy around.
Yeah, what Kanji said.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Aww.
All right, now that the band's back together, let's take it from the top. Starting tomorrow.
It's been a while, but I'll do my best to look for him too. Leave it to Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Alright, so we've taken another step toward the truth. That means we've found Teddie, and Teddie has admitted that he's a persona. Well, I'm sorry, he's a shadow. So he's suppressed power? I don't even know. It's kind of cool that they put that in there. So, since you'll start fresh again tomorrow, each of you decided to go home for today. Alright, so we're back home. So we have a lot that's going to be going on, like even more stories going to happen after today. And shortly after, so, okay, let's see where we're at here. Let me make a note. Okay, so starting the 7th, okay, on the 7th we've got more stories, so, you know, buckle in for that. This is kind of the climax, of the story where we're going to be going after Adachi. So it's not, I'm sorry, it's the first climax. Stories usually have multiple climaxes. After that, we've got a couple other things, or we're going to start doing a couple other things. Before we go after Adachi, we will have, I believe, I'm looking at my notes. Well, first of all, we're doing some fishing. Oh, my apologies. No, we will find Adachi, and then we will have a second dungeon basically right after that. So there will be some story, some social link stuff, and then we will go and find Adachi, have more story, and then we will jump right back into another dungeon with even more story. So next time, bring more popcorn because you're going to need it, and I will see you then.